All right, g'day everyone. Welcome to the TF Live coverage of ozfortress Season 24 Week 7 match. This is the long anticipated clash between the top two teams this season of Big Chungus and Coffee Clock. These two teams haven't played each other yet. This is the first time we're seeing them play against each other, so I'm pretty keen for some exciting TF2. Joining me tonight on my co-caster role is the wonderful Elmo. How are you doing tonight, Elmo?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty keen to see some spicy TF2, especially considering how toxic both teams have been to each other. So it'll be very interesting
Yeah,
to see who actually wins.
little bit of a grudge match tonight. I think there's a lot of rivalry going around at the moment. But yeah, streaming this wonderful TF2 action tonight will be Thermite. So we've got some excellent camera work for you tonight, as well as some excellent casting. So let's talk a little bit about these teams. Hey Elmo, do you want to give us the lowdown on maybe say Coffee Clock here? What their season's been like so far? Anything like that?
Pretty sure they've basically just pounded basically every game. Both teams basically have had a bit of a tougher time against Ivan team. I saw last week took them a fair while, but yeah, basically just been destroying. So this will probably be their first real test.
Yeah, and that the same goes for the other team too. These two teams, like I know in past casts I've been saying how close it is, but these two teams are definitely just that little bit ahead of anything else this season. The competition between 3 and 4 is pretty close, and as you've said, the Ivan team, the number 3 place team, has managed to take quite a few rounds off some of these teams. I believe they've taken 5 rounds off the Hertz team, off Big Chungus, and I think they've only managed 1 round off Coffee Clock. So this will be an exciting game. Do you want to run us through a couple of these rosters, Elmo?
Go through the team I'm sub for Coffee Clock. So we have Sam and what's he called today? CC Yule probably is Cookie, I think, at the moment. Pretty big
Yeah.
scout combo, probably stronger than the other team. Obviously, Sam and Cookie, I think, both won Best Scouts awards. Cookie finally won something, so that's nice for him. And Sam got MVP last season, so expecting big game on Scout and Sniper from those two. Then we have Yule and Wright on Soldiers. I think Yule's been Pocket, Wright's been Roma, even though Wright's been annoyed at that apparently. So still think he'll destroy, while Yule's probably one of the worst pockets in Prem, losing Ultra and all that, but the old man still somehow managed to stay in it at the top. Then we have Redcoat, pretty solid demo, managed to make the grand final last season after their medic fell asleep. But Enrith might be a bit stronger, so it'd be interesting to see if Redcoat can keep up and bring his team to victory. And yeah, we have the doggy, at least he's made this game, hasn't fallen asleep.
Yeah, he was the last to join the server. I was getting kind of worried that he had fallen asleep.
Most people would probably say Doge is the best medic in Oz recently, like the last few seasons. So hopefully
I would agree with that completely. Even though he hasn't necessarily played med last couple of seasons, he's definitely one of the best ones playing right now.
Yeah, even though he's been dabbling on demo. I mean, most of the best meds probably are good at other classes too, because then they have the mechanics. Which is also true for Lock on the other team.
Definitely. Coming from playing Soldier a fair bit, going on to Medic. He's played a lot of Medic in the last few seasons, but he was a Soldier player back in the day. I might just go down a little bit of the other roster here. So the other roster is the Big Chungus, the Hertz team. Enrith is going to be playing demo, a very old player, been playing around quite a bit, very accomplished at his class. As you say, he may have a little bit of advantage on Redcoat tonight, but we may talk about that in a little bit more depth later. Soldiers for that team will have Rocky or Krolic on your screen, and Hertz. I believe Hertz is Pocket and Rocky is Roma.
Yeah, that's it.
And then the two scouts, we've got Down and PB. PB is Lau. Lau has some of the best aim in the game. Like, he has really, really good aim. He's just a little bit less experienced playing at this high level, and I feel that the players in Sam and Cookie are just going to edge him out just that little bit there.
Yeah,
just
I think Lau's
purely inexperience.
Bit of an MG lord somewhat. He does play a lot of MG, and he's been kind of the Prem super sub recently.
Yeah, he's picked him last 3 seasons,
yeah,
I think.
3 or 4 he's won Prem from sub, so that's quite impressive. It's interesting to see how he goes, and probably his biggest challenge so far on Scout.
Yeah, I think this is his first season playing, as you say, in like 3 or 4 seasons, because he's been subbing on the first place team for just a little bit. And then rounding off that roster, as we mentioned before, is Locke on medic. So Locke is quite capable medic. He, I don't think, has quite as much skill as the gamer of Doge. I think Doge is just that little bit better at medic than Locke, but it is a fairly close contest when you get sort of up to this level, this sort of top level of Prem in Australia at least. Let's do a couple of sort of class comparisons. I know you mentioned a little bit about Redcoat and Enrith. Is there anything you'd like to add about the sort of the comparison between those two demo men, Elmo?
I feel like Enrith's just stronger, like best demo in the history of Oz.
Oh, that's a big call.
Enrith, yeah, it's true. I'm sure other demos would agree, especially the one in chat. But yeah, Enrith, I mean, Redcoat's really good, but Enrith's probably just the best. So it'd be interesting to see if Redcoat can keep up.
Yeah, Enrith certainly has the experience over Redcoat. Redcoat rising actually very quickly to the top of Prem. I think he's only been playing for about 5 or 6 seasons, and then he's been playing right at the top for the last sort of 3, which is really nice to see. Actually, as we do see, I think this is our ready up. Yeah, here we go. Ready up for our first map of this 2-map series tonight. It is CP Logjam. We have the latest version of this, I believe, which is RC10. So there's going to be a little change here compared to other things, as these two demos do reach mid at about the same time. Enrith hitting that first sticky there onto Redcoat as he's forced to kind of wait around for that arrow, but they're playing this fairly passive right now. Soldiers are both committing right now. Hertz and Rocky jumping really aggressively into that choke, doing quite a lot of damage, but unfortunately no follow-throughs just yet. Doge is down really, really low there as he's forced to stand really far back in that choke going for arrows, but all the position has gone towards this blue team here, but they're just healing up and now they're coming right back in, and Riot is forcing everyone away, but they do manage to cap the point, and this is the cap going the way of blue team. Sam going really forward in part of his team, taking quite a little bit of damage there, but that is Enrith going down, and going down to a really nice bomb from Riot as he follows up on that damage from Sam so well, and they recap that so quickly, and this has very quickly gone to an even Uber situation, but it is still 2 down on the side of blue team, and they're trying to muscle it through this choke. Rocky is in a great position. He's going for that bomb. Nice rockets onto the demo, but nothing coming of it, unfortunately, and those arrows are coming in, and Sam being... Actually, Sam not forcing there. Locke actually falling backwards and does actually force in the very end. There's the trade coming in there from Doge. Oh no, he does manage to drop Redcoat, doesn't find him as he's strafing through the air, and there is a soldier behind as they're trying to leave this choke. And this is a really good collapse actually coming in from the blue team, and Doge is now running for his life with just Cookie left to chariot him out here, Elmo, and that was a really intense series of fights.
Pretty intense. Like at the end there, I think it's kind of... They were banking on that Sam force and it didn't work out, and so they were kind of... The other player was... Ross died, Wright died as well, I think, trying to help that, and it just didn't work out, so they ended up with a really bad trade. Back at that mid though, it's like, I think that's basically the hurt. That's the only strike both teams essentially have as far as I'm aware on mids. It's kind of like, they both pretty much play passive, and then Hertz and Rocky YOLO bomb. And then it's kind of just, can they do enough to win that mid? And I mean, they did pretty well, but they made everyone so low. But like that was what the one mid Enrith couldn't really follow up, and Redcoat hit a pretty fat pipe that he needed to hit to stop Enrith walking across. And that basically won them the mid because Enrith had to sit back and heal. And so even though they capped, they didn't really have any position, and they kind of just got ran over.
Yeah, it was good of them to really force that early cap time, and that damage was looking so good. But actually, we do see Rocky jumping in really quickly. Not only gets 1 rocket onto the medic, and he's in no real danger, hitting that arrow to bring Redcoat right up to full health. We should see, hopefully, some kind of counter-sack play coming in pretty soon, but there doesn't look like there's anyone in a great position. No, that being said, Riot is jumping in from so far back, but he jumps right into 2 buffed scouts, and unfortunately doesn't manage to get anything done. As we do see a little bit of a reset here, Rocky choosing to jump up back on that soldier class, and Hertz is coming right in. Yeah, unfortunately nothing going there either, and they're forcing this choke, seeing if they can make anything come of that, but that is yeah, not happening. Yule is trying his luck a little bit there, but he just changes his mind and jumps out. Sam taking a little bit of a fight on the flank there, but ultimately choosing to back out there as Hertz is up in a couple of seconds here. We see Hertz spawning Sniper, no off classes on the side of red team, so this is going to be a little interesting to see what they do to counter this famously sniper friendly map, Elmo.
Well, I feel at the moment, second point really isn't as good as before. I'm pretty sure you could see through a lot more. I remember Sam destroying on this map on earlier versions. But it's like the thing is he can kind of just snipe forever because it's really hard to push out through the choke or through any of them because they're all
oh, and he
easily
does
get the
hit a
kill.
shot. Yeah, hits a shot. He taunts actually.
Already,
He drops
yeah,
the
PMing.
see ya in chat.
You're all ready to leave. See ya. Oh, spicy already.
He lines up the second shot too and absolutely domes Redcoat. Doesn't drop the taunt on that one either. And he domes Riot as he's jumping in the air. They all force Riot back out. Yeah, wow, that sniper coming into play so effectively from Hertz.
And they're already basically coming into last year.
A lot of damage coming in from Yule there to kind of force them out, but he's taken a lot of damage in his process. And as they say that, they are taking this solo trade out on Cookie, and Cookie not getting enough done there, and Hertz doming Riot as well on the flank. They're jumping forward to try and do it, but no! He domes Sam! Close range absolutely farms him there, and all of this damage is coming in. Lau is hitting so much stuff. And the soldier is the soldier is down, and it's now just focusing Redcoat on the point, and that is Hertz coming in big for his team there, Elmo. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, like Hertz is like actually like sleeper, like super good sniper. I feel like he always kind of turns it on during games. Like he hasn't really done it recently, but I think was it the last Madman or Swift or something, he went sniper constantly and absolutely destroyed.
I think that was back in Swift days.
Pretty unlucky for Coffee Clock though. They nearly held that. Everyone was on 20 health at that last, even though Hertz probably got about 9 headshots in a minute.
Yeah, we do head into this next mid now, and it's the same thing that you said before. Rocky and Hertz going for this aggressive bomb. Doge actually taking quite a lot of damage, but surfing really nicely to actually not take any more of this follow-up as both of those soldiers get cleaned up by their 2 scouts in behind, and now Yule is jumping forward, seeing what he can get done. But Riot, Yule both go down, and Cookie goes down as well to some really nice stickies, followed up by Lau there, and now it just looks like Doge is, yeah, he's going to kill bind there. He's not going to get out. Just trying to reset his spawn to be as close as he can with his team there, catching the same wave as Cookie, which is as good as you can hope in what was a very, very strong mid from Blue Team, Elmo.
Yeah, it was that time their soldiers actually traded. Like last mid they got the 1 kill for 2 players and all the positioning, while that time they got a trade and all the positioning. And I think the main thing, Coffee Clock tried to retake it a bit too quickly. Like they weren't really in position to, so 2 of them were kind of still fighting midpoint, while Doge was sitting back with, was it Cookie? Hiding a bit because they needed to heal up. And yeah, they basically just got dominated in the end.
Yeah, and this is a full ad on the side coming in there. Sam opting to choose to the Engineer class and Riot coming up on Kudos. Cookie playing Pyro as well, so the triple off class as this Uber is now getting used in through this top left side from the defender's perspective. Cookie taking a lot of damage, but not really low, and this demo doesn't get anything done. Enrith getting farmed there as well as Hertz.
Yeah, this is like actually a really hard hard last to push into. Like I don't think anyone's really figured out too much. Like second, I think teams kind of just bomb a lot and know what they're kind of doing, but last it's really hard. Like no one's really, everything you can kind of kite around because left door is tiny, right door is tiny, and under you can kind of just stand far away. And like with that price beast heavy, you probably could have just run around in the doorway and that would have been enough to block it out.
Yeah, it was really nice to see him actually using his health as a barrier there rather than trying to deal damage to players that weren't Ubered, which is really cool. But I mean, that being said, this full Uber is now walking all the way into mid. They do get a pick on Lau as well. The Uber is up very, very soon on lock though, and we do see them trying to regroup on this second. I reckon they'll get this in time and opt to fight this as an even Uber's situation. But there is quite a lot of damage. Yeah, Hertz is actually quite far forward. Quite a lot of damage there. He does choose to back out. Nothing is committed, and they do realize that it should now be even Ubers, and they're just regrouping on mid while the other team is setting up on a second now, Elmo.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Rocky was dead from the last point and Hertz got destroyed before the fight, so they basically just gave up mid. But I guess it's not too bad when they ended up getting Uber. So I mean, yeah.
Riot is actually doing a fantastic bomb in really quickly. Yeah, unfortunately doesn't really get too much damage on the med. It's really nice to see his Tempest time coming into effect as he drives these really big, long, fast bombs. Unfortunately, nothing really coming off them, and this is the other Tempest gamer coming in there, and Rocky absolutely crushed. Unfortunately, these soldiers are just getting shut down. When you have scouts at this level, it's so hard to do anything against them. But actually, that being said, Yule is trying his luck as well. Not really getting anything done there either, and Hertz is seeing if he can move really quickly through this cave area. He hasn't been spotted just yet. It's just Riot coming up now. Yeah, he's been seen a little bit, and then he's been spammed out, not choosing to go for it. But the stickies are coming in through the choke from Enrith. Enrith actually dealing a little bit of damage with these single death stickies onto the medic, but nothing else is really happening right now, Elmo.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to push out from second. Like the one game I played, we scrimmed this map, and it's like I don't think we ever pushed out a second without forcing or dropping. And like your options are kind of limited because left you can't really, like for the blue team, you can't really get it through the house area because it's too small. And then left is like you have to be really sneaky, or right will just see you. So you're basically kind of left to just tempest it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we'll
being
just see a
said
sniper
though,
from
yeah,
Sam again.
this is Sam coming up on Sniper. The first time we've seen him snipe this game, he's seeing if there's anything there. Actually doesn't manage to frag Enrith, but does a lot of damage to him there. Doge drops to a trap from Enrith.
Where was it?
I have no idea.
Oh, the wall in there. Oh. Oh, he walked that far forward. Oops. Yeah.
Oh my god, Doge sleeping on the job again,
Yeah,
and
it's
that is
actually
now...
brain.
Yeah, that's the big brain. Actually, have a look at Riot. Speaking of big brains, he's wall bugging up there in the choke. No one's seen him, but unfortunately the medic has chosen to go the different direction. Sam doming down, which might slow them down a little bit. Riot's in now on top of the medic. Lock is actually forced by that. Yeah, really nice place for him. But Enrith is dealing so much damage. Oh my god, Doge gets so low. Unfortunately, doesn't get finished off there. And Sam is really forward in this choke, seeing if he can get anything. And he does! He domes Enrith. This game is the sniper game. I am having so much fun casting this Elmo.
Yeah, it's not like this map is still pretty mid, especially is really good for sniper still, and if you can actually pick the chokes, it's quite good. And obviously, Hertz, Rocky, and Sam are probably the best 3 snipers, so I'd expect to see a lot more headshots probably.
Yeah, Hertz actually losing his life in the backlines there to Riot as he does clean him up as they head forward. This is still pretty even Ubers, and they do have Sam on Sniper, which is really good. They do have Lau coming up on the Engineer and Rocky on the Pyro here, so they're going for this sort of double/triple off-class depending on what Hertz spawns as. No, Hertz does choose to spawn as Soldier there. This double off-class was, triple off-class was really effective against them last time. Hopefully this double will do the same thing. Oh, and the Uber is actually committed in through last. This gun goes down really, really quickly, and there's actually a fair bit of damage going around there as Hertz is switched off back to Soldier now, but it's just Yule on the point as this Uber is committed from the other team nice and late there, and that is just actually looks like, oh no, he doesn't die! Redcoat doesn't die, and he sticky pipe combos Enrith there. Hertz going down as well, and there's a lot of sticky damage going towards the point as Redcoat is still committing to this fight on such low health. Sam seeing if he can hit a shot there. Cookie does lose his life there. Oh, he manages to hit something there. Does he dome down? I'm not quite sure what happened there, but he does actually manage to deal so much damage before he dies. That was a very interesting last push there,
I'm really surprised they didn't have that. They were like 4v3. I thought I was going to have to like say, yeah. That was like the kind of the downside of the off-class is they can kind of just walk in on the left. Because like you'd normally expect the Soldier just be spamming that, but it didn't really happen because Rocky was the Pyro.
Yeah.
And he was not watching that door at all, so they walked in pretty easy and had a decent fight. And they were up against just the scouts, but I guess Redcoat, it was and a sniper, and Sam did get some domes, but the quick shots don't kill scouts, so didn't win.
Yeah, and he is up on the sniper again, right? Trying to distract a little bit of choke, trying to clear the ground off Hertz, trying to get him out of the way there. Sam is still picking this choke, seeing what he can get done. They must know he's on sniper now, and Locke is just standing behind this tower. This like log area. I'm just going to call everything logs. I think that's a good call for this. The trap is actually in the same spot right now. He dets a little bit too early, so he doesn't manage to get Sam there. And the spam is coming in, trying to lock him out. He looks like he's forced to back right up there, even though he has his whole team there. This damage is just a little bit too much for him to snipe against. Actually, the fake out coming in a little bit. They said, oh, we'll must rotate because of all this spam, but they sort of walk backwards and then walk forwards again. Locke still standing in that same spot. Sam taking a little bit of damage, but still nothing much going. Do you reckon they just need to keep rotating Sam in order to try to break this, or do you reckon the blue team may send a sack?
Maybe just trying to be too aggressive, like trying to go for med rather than... Like, I reckon if he just sat choke, he'll eventually just kill Hertz, and then they could probably just take the single or something, or then he can aggressively peek. But he's like kind of just walking into left and trying to get the really kind of YOLO shot.
Riot coming in really thick here. Hits one nice rocket on Lock, but unfortunately the follow-up doesn't happen there. The spam is coming through, but nothing is really happening there.
Him. Lock was on like 30 or so still from the pipes.
The sniper is actually watching this choke as they do try to walk forward. They've just kind of reset a little bit. That was a really nice bomb in from Riot. I'm really enjoying these soldier bombs too, but unfortunately nothing's happening. We already have an off-class here. I don't expect Riot to do anything funny. Yeah, and they're just going to buff up Sam and go for another peek at the same choke points like we've been seeing before. Enrith putting up those same traps, but again, kind of similar fights to what we've been seeing, Elmo.
Yeah, like the thing is with choke, it's like you can probably just sit here forever and you'll get someone because you can't really hold it. Like you can do jump back and forwards, but it's really hard for soldiers to kill people on the ramp anyway.
Yeah, you can see actually
Oh,
Rocket. Yeah, Rocky doing some nice spam there, but unfortunately eats a headshot for him. I was thinking that's a really nice angle. And yeah, Sam is actually trying to go in for the hero play there, but it's just a distraction. Oh, unfortunately doesn't get any damage onto Lock there, but the force doesn't come out. Wow, Lock eating those two.
As well.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Hertz coming up Spy. I didn't think he would get anything done, unfortunately. And down is actually forwarding Sam on this flank. Sam is actually forced all the way back to choke as they are 2 down, only losing Hertz for this. And it looks like, yeah, Doge actually does force to a nice bomb from Rocky there. They do drop their demo man as well. So this is not a great situation to be in if you're a coffee clock right now, as they are forced to back all the way out of choke. And it looks like they're just going to spam a little bit here. Riot going to see what he can do. Cookie going to see what he can do. Enrith's too strong. Enrith's stickies are so good. And down is forcing Sam all the way back out of this choke.
Yeah, Locke was a bit lucky he didn't get domed there. Like they tried to play it really slow and it was working pretty well. They didn't really peek at all, but then around that hut, Sam got that small angle where Locke was there for a bit. But I kind of think there was too many bodies in the way and he ended up body shotting. Oh,
he gets Enrith down. Yeah. So yeah, he's still coming into play.
He domed Hertz as well there. That was actually
doing
incredible.
So much. Hertz is just waiting for this arrow behind, but it does leave him vulnerable to the force, and that is Locke being forced right now. Riot does lose his life for that. That is actually 3 down, including Doge, for that force, and they're doing the last minute sort of setups that they can do, as this gun does go up on last from sorry, from that's Cookie, sorry, my brain turned off a little bit there. The gun is going up, but it's only level 1, and Sam is trying to fall back to see what he can do, but it looks like they're going to flood in very, very soon here, Elmo.
Yeah, that was pretty big from down. Like, he wasn't really involved in that Uber, I don't think, but he was able to just sneak in past everyone and he kind of just ran at the med next, and the med only had a sniper, so he just went down. And, like, they did force, which is kind of unfortunate, but they still have, what is it, 70 or 50% ad.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to opt to wait for this ad and build it rather than go off the numbers ad, which they could have done because they were still 3 down for a wit there, and they were only 1 down, but they are just opting to build this. This Uber is coming up very, very soon. We do see Sam on the Pyro, Cookie on the NG, no other real off-classes to speak of. This Uber is committed in, but Sam is doing so much work. This Air Blast is so broken. You can shut this down so quickly. And now the bomb is coming in from Riot. Yeah, so much fantastic damage coming in there. Gun cleaning up a couple of people as it does go down in the end. But this is an amazing hold there, as it's just Hertz and Rocky. Rocky looks like he's trying to go for something a little cheeky in the back lines, but does get cleaned up really quickly. Hertz is in actually really interesting position, but yeah, he's been called out. He may? No. Oh, he does! Dude, he got
pulls out the binds, want to die together.
That was such a good rocket from Hertz, but they do unfortunately lose that last push, and this second point does fall with now full ad.
They tried the exact same thing, and I mean, there was a pyro instead of the brass beast heavy, but the same kind of thing happened. They just got stuck in the door.
Rocky actually does a good bomb there, but that Doge just manages to slide through him, and they're so close into this choke, and they actually managed to do so much. Looks like Enrith may lose his life here. No, Enrith is
die.
But Doge does too. Enrith doesn't die. I'm not sure why Sam stopped forwarding him there. He might have just needed to reload. And Enrith hits another pipe. Enrith is going off this game. Hertz is cleaning up all these players on mid as well. Down doing his the best there, but a nice pipe from Redcoat actually to keep him in the game. Hertz does lose his life there, but it's now just Yule and a very low HP demo man eating some stickies there as well. Yule going forward to see what he can do. Yule gets absolutely crushed by Rocky. Unfortunately, the midi doesn't come through, but he still loses his life. Redcoat leaving there, and this is an interesting turn of events. I haven't seen Doge die this much in a game so far this season, Elmo.
Well, I think that's just more quality of opposition. Like, he has died a fair bit in scrims, I think. Like, this isn't that odd. And I think it was kind of like, that was 2 fights were going on, so Rocky and Lau went behind, and Yule kind of had to come back, because if Sam lost the one-on-one, they basically had just lost the round. And so, like, it ended up just being Sam chasing with the Uber. It obviously didn't work out for them, or Sam and Redcoat didn't work out for them without the Solly to help back them up.
It's fairly nice to see that these Ubers are pretty even though, so that we are going to see another mid to second stalemate, which we've been seeing quite a lot of this game. Do you reckon they'll just sack for sniper or do similar things, Elmo, or do you reckon they're going to try something different here?
I reckon they'll still probably just sack, or maybe they think they have ad, because it kind of looks like they want to push left. Yeah, they're just coming
down
in.
is and Enrith again.
No.
These stickies are being cleared now. This
10%.
soldier is hurt. Yeah, he's getting absolutely floated. Unfortunately, nothing going for him there. Some nice damage actually coming in. Riot is quite low as they are pushing this quite forward, seeing if they can find a hole left by the Hertz sack there, but unfortunately nothing going. Yule trying to go in, but it might just be a little fake as Riot is super close, but Rocky has spotted him. Rocky doing quite a lot of damage. Riot does unfortunately lose his life there, and that's the counter sack coming in. That is a 20-second respawn. That is really rough, Riot.
Yeah, I think they're trying to force it here. Like, bombing really is hard on this map. You have to tempest it, and then you only have 2 rockets. So Down just went for it. I mean, it's good they tried something else, but don't get what that was from Rocky. It was a horrible bomb. Doesn't even get close.
Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised Hertz isn't jumping more, because he's tempest and Rocky isn't.
Hertz is doing quite a lot of damage there to Sam, actually. Sam getting cleaned up, but Hertz does lose his life. They look like they're going to go for a trade. They do manage to force Lock to some nice shots from Cookie, but they unfortunately don't get too much else from this, apart from all of this ground at mid. No more frags seem to be falling their way. Down actually gets taken quite low. He's forced to wait for this arrow through choke, and yeah, that does look like they've successfully taken this mid off that Uber exchange, Elmo.
No, that was a really good Uber from Cookie. I don't really get how they let him get that close. Like, he basically got to give their combo a hug, and so he got them to basically just all multi, and then they had to run.
Riot is coming in to see if he can do anything as well so quickly. Oops. Riot and Cookie, oops. And Yule, oh no.
Hertz is on Spy as well. Oh yeah, he got him.
Wow, that is a complete collapse. That turned around so quickly. That was crazy. What happened there, Elmo?
I actually have no idea what they were doing, really. Like, I think Cookie died to a trap while they were double bombing. I feel like Yule could have survived, but he kind of went for it too, and so there were 3 down already.
Sam is actually behind. He may try to spawn camp Hertz here. Looks like he is trying to take this fight. Hertz just jumps away though. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing going. For him.
He'll probably be able to force here, you would think. Or no, they think they'll see him.
Yeah, they know Rocky's seen him. They know that Sam is still behind. He unfortunately can't go for anything, and they're using that player ad to walk forwards here. Just having one guy check behind them every now and again. Locke has moved this Uber in through the lower left area. The sniper in Cookie actually does manage to kill Lau there, and Locke gets forced by a really nice
This is really good if Sam can kill anyone behind. Rocky will surely die here.
Sam is taken no. Yeah, anti-MG'd there as the soldier wins against Sam there, Rocky there. And we do see 2 down on the side of red teams with another 5 seconds spawning up. So they're going to move in quite quickly off this as soon as they cap this second point. Stickies are now dead on the side of red coat, but he's not really doing too much damage there. He's just kind of locking Hertz out and not really getting too much else done right now. And we do see at last a little bit of a reset. But this should be red team's push out. I'm not sure if they're going to risk it though with 1 round down and another 8 minutes on the clock.
I feel like they probably have to. Like 8 minutes down, no, they haven't really been in the had an opportunity to really take the point in ages. It's really weird. Hertz team kind of just tries to walk through that door even without Uber. Like they've got really
and Rocky's actually in a nice position behind. He's going to force this back cap a little bit as he's jumping really quickly, forcing Hertz. Forcing Riot.
Yeah, that was really good. He makes Riot kill himself as well.
Yeah, that's the best that they could have hoped out of that situation. Really smart from Rocky there, actually. We do see these soldiers trying to jump in Hertz, and everyone is jumping in on their full Uber ad, and they do manage to get... Oh, no, Enrith gets fragged by Doge, but Yule and Sam lose their lives in very, very quick succession there. Cookie is taken quite low, and they are forced to run back here, and it is still a really large Uber disad. They're going to be forced to wait for Enrith there, so there is a little bit of a chance that they can get this Uber, but we do have the Pudises coming up. I don't know, do you reckon they have time here, Elmo?
I think they're just coming in. They're doing the same thing though, which they actually just walked in. I don't get what they weren't really holding in the same spot. They let him in, but the Uber's done absolutely nothing.
Hertz is jumping forward. Yeah, he gets absolutely crushed there. No,
that's
nothing
the thing.
Going
It's like this last is really hard because you either you can just pound them in the door, or even if like you play safer there, you just basically rotate through the other side. And it's not like a Badlands where you can they kind of tried that with the bottom left bit or bottom right, wherever it is on this map.
Yeah. Depending
on your perspective, but you kind of have to be seen anyway. It's not really sneaky.
And they try to get out onto this second point, but they do actually force really early, and they do actually unfortunately drop Redcoat as he's trying to jump forward to deal this damage. And Locke is actually taken down quite low there, but unfortunately there's nothing apart from... Actually, Rocky does lose his life there, as I say. Yule is going in, doing quite a lot of damage to the medic. Does get Locke. That's a nice one there. There's a 1v1 scout. Sam versus Lau there as well. Hurts actually, as you say, does destroy that soldier, and it's Lau, and Down rather, that comes out on top of that 1v1, and they're forced to back all the way to their last again with 3 players down, Elmo.
Yeah, those some pretty fat shots though, like Cookie got middied and then Hurts I'm not sure if it was a wall midi or not, and you all got the med, so it's not horrible. They have like 60% ad here, so I assume they'll... The thing is, I think they need to try and spot that Soli a bit more. Like Rocky's kind of got in way too easily, and the rest of their team just walks out. And they're going to have a sniper here, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do again.
On his King class again. He's going to come in and see if he can drop Doge, ideally, because this is so hard to move out of without using, as we've seen so far. He does take his first shot, so they should be aware that he's there now. So it just means, yeah, they have to use out because of the threat of that sniper. Rocky is trying to bleed behind. I don't think he's been spotted, actually. He fails his jump like 3 times. And does unfortunately have to... Yeah, that was a bit of a dribble moment
Rocky's
there.
a bit of a waddler, so he's always in a bit of trouble when he has to rocket jump.
Yeah, he couldn't get through that door.
Obviously a bit of a problem on Roma, but...
Yeah, and the soldiers are coming forward here. There is a trap there. This trap can do a lot of damage. Doge is standing right on it. Does spot it. Nothing happening there. But yeah, that trap could have done so much. Hurts is still in this choke, seeing if he can dome someone. Doge is forced into a very strange position to avoid this sniper. And here he is trying to peek this choke again as he's all buffed up and ready to go.
Chungus have full lad.
And this demo is so aggressive. Enrith is so fast here. Sam may take him out. No, the Uber Flash saves him in the very end. Looks like Redcoat's going to lose his life too. He's trapped out by Enrith, and Down is clear there to clean it up. But the soldiers come in. The scouts rather. Cookie does manage to clean that up, but they are forced to back right out as Doge is on like 12 health here.
It's actually unbelievable that Doge lived there. He kind of got like surfed into the ceiling, and that was enough not to get shot. And they should be able to hold this. Like, it's full. I mean, the thing is, as long as like Big Chungus just like try and like they probably could just force here and then go back to second and repeat and they'd win.
Oh, that was so much damage from Riot as he bombs through that choke onto Elnrith, but the crossbow exists, so unfortunately Enrith doesn't go down. He is taken down very low behind, but he's now full health again in less than a second because of the crossbow, which is a fantastic weapon and shouldn't be banned at all.
Doubtful. I think they needed to push that quicker though, like they had to just cap and walk in. Now they're going to let the other team get it, like Big Chungus like have here, and it's going to be a single.
There's actually a lot of damage. They are forced to flash Enrith there to save him from dying. Hertz loses his life, as does Yule. But Riot and Redcoat both die really quickly. They do get the counter frag onto Enrith, which is a very good frag to have. But when there's so many players down, it is just Doge and Cookie backing away as they have lost this fight.
Sam got stuck behind after killing Enrith. Yeah, like they thought they had ad, but they had to go straight away. So even though they had to like multi Enrith, I think Golfy Clock had already multied, so their Uber was just worse.
Ooh, Locke eats a big arrow.
And then the Sullies jumped in and cleaned up.
Yeah, unfortunately not the ideal situation if you're Coffee Clock. With this 3 minutes left, they're kind of put into a position where they need to play this aggressively, and I think the Hertz team knows this, Chungus knows this. Oh, and Rocky gets some really nice shots in the med in their choke there. Unfortunately, gets cleaned up there, and the soldiers are trying to do this. Sorry, the demo man rather is trying to do the same thing onto the medic.
That's fine.
This is looking like a little bit of a crumble from Coffee Clock, who, not going to lie, were my favourites heading into this match. But now they're 3 down, forced back onto their own last yet again. Cookie looks like he's going to lose his life. No, he does actually manage to survive as Yule jumps in to try to take him out. Sam is actually coming up and dealing quite a lot of damage, but he's going to get cleaned up by the Roma of Hertz coming, the pocket of Hertz even, coming in on that flank. Lock forces here. Nice rockets from Rocky there.
I mean, they really should just be the game anyway, though. Like, even if they don't push in here, like they probably could just hold forever.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible to coast this map in 2.5 minutes, which is what they have left.
I mean, they're not even close to Uber, like they're halfway, so they're only going to get it like 2 minutes, and then they'd probably have to like team down at second, which should be impossible.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to not get another round against them on the board here.
I think they're going to push out as soon as they get, like there's no point holding. Yeah, they're starting to get and pushing out left.
Yeah, this medic is coming quite forward here as he looks like he's going to get through main, does actually not use their cookie. Eats a very nice rocket actually from, I believe that was Hertz, as they are jumping forward here. They are actually opting to...
God. That's... ouch. Enrith is too good.
He has the longest brain of anyone in this server right now. That is 100% the game. They're going to get another round on that too. Yeah, he's got like an extra brain hidden inside the wrinkles of his current brain. Like, that was crazy. That drop, 3k with that trap, really good. And this is the point being played. 2 up with 1.5 minutes left. This is impossible, Elmo. And is this the result you expected to see tonight?
I mean, I didn't really know what I was expecting. Like, it was obviously going to be close, and it was. I feel like they probably deserved that because they got to last and kind of choked. While I don't think Coffee Clock has really been there. They probably won 2 out of 3 mids, so, or 2 out of 2 mids, or 1 out of 2, what is it? I forgot how many.
Yeah, this is the
maybe
thing
not the
now.
mids. Generally, they've been better. Yeah.
Yeah, they do seem to be playing out this mid a little bit. Actually, Sam actually spawning Sniper at Dome Zenrith, which is another one for the logs there. Hertz is actually sniping too in their own choke. Unfortunately, doesn't manage to hit the shot that Sam does. They're jumping forward, seeing if they can get any frags for these logs here, just as we are entering the last 50 seconds of dead time. Yeah, Rocky does force them back a little bit. There's a little bit of ad on Doge here. I don't know if they're going to do anything here.
Hertz actually misses like a standing still Doge. That's a bit awkward.
Oh dear. Sam is running through this choke, seeing if he can get anything done. Down is trying to force these people out. We have about 30 seconds left here. We just are playing for logs at the moment, I reckon. Nothing really exciting. Although, I reckon they could get a 1 round on the board if they... Oh, they didn't cap mid. The Ubers are exchanged in the second there. Lau actually does manage to lose 2 of his doms, so that's the best outcome that you could have, I think. For this situation, but that is our game for tonight, and that is 2 rounds to nothing in the favor of Big Chungus. Let's sort of talk about that a little bit, Elmo. So this was obviously not what I anticipated. You were a little up in the air. What sort of factors do you reckon played into the victories for this map for Big Chungus? In the end,
it was really like the only real difference between the teams was the Hertz sniper spree. Like, I mean, it was kind of like they had to push out and try and keep Uber there at the end or get a team down. So they probably were panicking a bit, didn't see the trap that happens. And it's like the Hertz kind of sniper just happens. Like, you can't really help it if their sniper gets, what, a 9k or some crap. Yeah. So it's like, that was really the only difference. Neither team really played a lot better, I don't think, than the other. I feel like Enrith probably had a better game. Be another thing, I feel like. And kind of the scrappy fights, he was probably doing a bit more. And obviously his traps were pretty on point. That was what, 2 or 3 drops?
He got 2 drops with those traps. That was like in terms of
killed Cookie in a couple of fights, I think. As well.
Yeah, definitely hit some really big stickies and hit some really big pipes as well. Like he for me is definitely the standout player on the server tonight. Like, in terms of impact, dropping the enemy medic twice with traps. One of those traps being a 3k, the other one being a 2k. Like, he did so much work for his team. Every single frag he got was really, really impactful. Like, there was one time where 2 scouts were flooding the medic, and he just killed both of them with a pipe sticky, and he was activated tonight. And if you compare that to Redcoat's performance, Redcoat, I'm not sure if my logs are broken, but apparently Redcoat only got 191 damage a minute.
Yeah,
is that what you read?
It was a super slow game, but Enrith got almost 100 more, like 80 more or so. So it's like, yeah, I mean, Redcoat wasn't horrible. I feel like that could just be a lot of spam damage, but like kind of Enrith was just another level, which is kind of what I expected.
Yeah, Enrith was playing really well. Your prediction of Elmo outclassing Redcoat was very true at the start. In terms of scouts,
Enrith, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry. Did I say Elmo?
Yeah, I would outclass him as well. Yeah, but it's understandable.
Mind,
I am nearly as good as Enrith.
But in terms of scouts on the server, it does look like, as you said at the start, Cookie and Sam were outclassing Lau.
I don't really think so. Lau actually destroyed. Like, Cookie basically gets perma-healed, but like Lau kind of had poverty heals and still like cleaned up really. Like, Lau had 26 kills, man. That's like actually incredible.
8 deaths too. Actually, looking at that, 8 deaths. That is like
actually
insane.
He plays really passive. Like, I don't think he's like not really an aggressive scout, but like he's more of a, like, he's kind of like Madness except doesn't get the heals, but like that's still really amazing. Like 26 kills in like your first hard game is amazing.
Yeah, he was definitely on tonight. because again, like I was looking at the logs before, and Cookie was at the top for me in terms of damage there, but sorting it by kills, yeah, you can see Lau is doing more than him. I felt as well the kills that Lau got were quite impactful as well. Like he was winning 1v1s against both Cookie and Sam in certain spots there. Down, of course, not doing too badly either. Also having a fairly low death game, but getting about 10 frags less than his counterpart in Lao. But Down is, I think, definitely a player to watch as well. What do you reckon about Down, Elmo?
Yeah, I mean, Down kinda is like he's pretty good now. He's not his Cookie level pocket scout. He does try to play the same role, but he did his job. Like I feel like Hertz and End are kind of like the stars of the team. So as long as Down kind of keeps the Med and Enrith alive, he's done his job. And I mean, he did that really well. So he's done what he needed to.
Yeah, and there's not really too much else that these logs say.
Oh, the main thing, Rocky got more heals than Hertz, even though Hertz is like the pocket and Rocky's the Waddler, Roma.
Yeah, I mean you do see that occasionally, like especially in these teams, like both teams, the pocket scout got more heals than both soldiers. It's only just actually it is actually no, it's a significant amount. It's about 600 heals more.
It's a fair bit. I mean, I think it's like Rocky kind of was the sacrificial lamb, so he probably got buffed like a million times just to retard in. And he played Pyro or some crap at last, so he probably
he did
got hurt a lot
that.
there.
Yeah, and there was definitely a few arrows coming in to keep him alive when he was playing Pyro. But I don't think there's really too much else that these logs say in terms of medic stats or anything like that. Both of these medics played very, very well. You can see that there was quite a large advantage lost on the side of Doge, but that was mainly because his team was all dead and he couldn't really do anything about that. Unfortunately, those drops coming in, that was just like that was Enrith's massive wrinkly brain.
Can't really do anything about that. Like both of them, like half his team had walked in front of it. Like the second one, 3 of them died. It's like, really? Come on. That's like, it's pretty basic.
I agree.
I mean, I died to a lot of traps and I'm a retard, but Cookie's the new starlet of Ozfort and he should know better.
Yeah, definitely checking these traps, because Enrith's trap game was on today. He got so many trap frags, and it just so happened that 2 of them were unfortunately medic drops. But his trap play was really, really cool. I'm really excited to see how it.
Enrith got 14 kills. Probably half of those were like the traps and the drops.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really keen to see how it plays out on a more sort of standard map, on a map that more people know what goes on, which is what we're heading to now, as we do head into Gullywash for our second map here. What are your thoughts on Gullywash, Elmo?
Well, the gully is good for pugs. It's normally I'd say it's probably the slowest map in actual matches, because teams end up spending forever at second and last because no one really wants to go for it. Like we'll probably see a lot of sniper again, I would imagine. So they'll probably be the X factor. Like whoever snipes better will probably win this one as well.
Yeah, and I mean, Hertz went off in that last game on Sniper, and I know a lot of people say he's like a very streak-based player. Like if he's on, he's on. So I'm hoping to see more of that tonight. Like I'm hoping that he stays switched on for the rest of this. But in the event that he gets out sniped by someone like Sam or even Cookie like that, the rumor is that he kind of tilts a little bit and doesn't play as well after that. Do you reckon that's correct or not?
I mean, he kind of tilts a bit. He might not snipe as well, but I don't really think. I mean, in pugs and stuff, but I don't think in matches. Whenever I played with him, he didn't really. I mean, we were winning, so it might be a bit different. But I don't think he's that much of a tilter, and I don't think it affects his performance that much. Like he might leave if they're losing at the end of the game, and be tilted then. But I don't think he'll play too badly.
Yeah, and to be honest, like based on the performance that we've seen from these teams tonight, I don't think that's very likely. I'm very excited to see another very, very close game. I'm wondering if the experience on this map is going to pay out for Coffee Clock, and just like especially Riot's bombs on these mids. Like he does his whole Tempest thing, and he can get into the enemy's big door so quickly. Yeah. Like just as the medic is getting there, he can land on that medic's face and kill him.
Weirdly enough, Riot like hates this map though, even though he can Tempest all over it. This is like probably Enrith's best map as well. Like Enrith is super strong in this. I think I cried playing mids against Enrith, so
yeah, he's definitely very good on this map.
Redcoat can recover from the first map. I think Redcoat probably knows this map a lot better. Like I think Redcoat, it's important for him to know where he's going and all that. Like I think he's kind of like pretty systematic generally. So like a map like Logjam, you can't really just push through with like pure DM and like what Enrith did with meme traps. Like it'll be, can't really expect to get 7 trap kills on a map that people know all the traps.
Yeah, I definitely reckon that it's going to play into it, like the map knowledge and things like that. But we do have, like, I feel if Redcoat gets shut down at mids, I feel that they can definitely take it from there, because they have players on their team that can really easily do that. Rocky, Enrith, and Hertz can all really easily shut down Redcoat. And if Redcoat isn't dealing this damage at mid, then I reckon the old big Chungus stands at quite a good chance of taking this map as well.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I think Cookie's team tends to like be more passive. I think in general, like we saw the 2 real mids we watched, Rocky and Hertz kind of just bombed while they played more safe. Like, hopefully, Wright does a few things more this map. Because I don't think he really tried much at the last mids. It was kind of just play passive and try and kill the flank a bit. So hopefully they're a little more aggressive, because I think that's the way to play at mids. You just bomb and then you walk in with your demo. And like when your demo's Enrith or Redcoat level, they should kill everything if they're not pressured.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also watching out for these scouts in particular. Like Lau's having the game that he did on that last map. I'm wondering if he can follow up that performance with something similar on this map, or if the other players' familiarity will just kind of shut him down a little bit on it, and he can't kind of raw DM as much, and he'll have to just sit behind in these team fights a little bit more. What do you reckon about that, Elmo?
I think it might be more map based, because it's like Gullywash is more of a walk through doorway kind of map, and that kind of means it's harder to just sit in the open and shoot bombers and that kind of thing. Scout, like that's pretty easy to do, and he did it really well. But it's kind of harder when, like, as a flank scout, you need to kind of be making plays more on Gully, because otherwise your team never gets through the door. So it'll be interesting to see if he can go from more passive to see if he can be aggressive and win it for his team.
Yeah, and as we say all this stuff, we do see our ready up onto our second map of this excellent video game that we are watching tonight. We do head in towards our first mid. My cam is going to be on the Hertz cam here. I'm going to see if he's going to pull any sort of crazy stuff here. As both of these demos get into mid, Riot changes his mind on that bomb really quickly, and it is the 2 soldiers jumping really aggressive, and Hertz jumps right into Yule. Yule gets absolutely crushed there, but Rocky in the distraction play there does manage to unfortunately get cleaned up there. Riot actually gets absolutely destroyed as well. Hertz loses his life again. Medic is actually kind of low on Doge there, but he's keeping his players really, really healed, and that's Sam absolutely crushing these 2 players there. Locke trying to leave with Enrith. He might not manage it here. He hits that arrow to try to keep him alive, but these 2 scouts are here. He does hit the saw and does manage to use that. I think he already had, because
Doge has as well already, so they're still a full ad. That was kind of a really awkward mid, because both teams kind of just took turns doing a terrible bomb. Like both solies kind of just, one went in and then the one from the other team went in and died within 3 seconds, and then the other team did it. Basically, Sam just won a one-on-one in that one round. And
yeah,
and
this
they
second
just chase and force.
Yeah, this second point is actually coming up in favor of them, and they look like they're going to go for a fairly standard shutter push here onto Cookie and that, and they do use really, really early, but their demo was in no position to kind of set up that trap, so that's not necessarily the best Uber, but the point is being played already. Yule actually dealing quite a lot of damage there, unfortunately does lose his life, but Sam
really
waddles onto the point and manages to play off that cap time and win, and that is a very, very fast turnaround from the results we were seeing on the last map. Elmo.
Yeah, they kind of did everything right, except they just didn't get out of spawn in time. Like, Wright actually did a really good bomb and blocked them all on spawn, and that basically won, because you saw everyone got destroyed. Cookie got trapped on the point, but then Wright blocked everyone in spawn, and Sam just snuck on and won.
Yeah, as we head into this next bit, a little bit of Roma special happening there as Rocky trades his... gets an arrow. Oh, and hits a nice wall shot onto Redcoat, taking him down very low, and he walks into another one. Rocky is finally forced off that point, but now they're forced all the way out.
It will be.
Yeah, no, unfortunately that killbind just coming in, and that is a team down. What happened in that mid?
Yeah, Rocky, like you said, Rocky basically got the trade with Riot and got saved by a really good arrow from Locke. And then Yule kind of went a bit too aggressive. Like, I think they need to time their stuff better, because they're kind of baiting each other in a way, or Yule's baiting Riot a little, probably not on purpose, but they're just not really timing it. And then it's like basically what they said, Enrith and Lau went down, basically just walked together in a line, triumphant at mid and cleaned up. And now they have the full out instead.
Yeah, and this Uber does look like it's going to come through into lobby right now. There's no real sort of commitment right now. Looks like they're going towards river. Here we go. They're going towards river a little bit. The gun is up, watching point, only level 2. The Pootis is up, trying to deal a lot of that damage, and Sam is up, reversing that. Yeah, and they've changed their mind about this river quite quickly. They look like, yeah, they've seen where everyone is. They've reversed their push,
Sam
going through shut up. Yeah, Sam is very low. He can survive.
Horrible.
Nice.
My God.
Yeah, he does survive, change off there, and they're now reverse that completely. They just choose to bail. Unfortunately, Air Blast sucks really hard, and it's really hard to hit those shots.
Down needs to do some Pyro Scout MG. That's like the 3rd or 4th Uber tonight where he's kind of whiffed everything.
Lock actually gets caught out in Baby Door there. He was leaving and then chose to re-pick that and just like got mulched.
Yeah, I think they would do like a sneaky med and scout in behind, but like they were literally just staring at it, and then he walked into a trap. Hertz is going to play. He's hiding on the barrel's big door. Surely he won't get anything from this though.
Actually, it looks like their whole combo's going there, but they've been seen.
Yeah, that's really unlucky. Red Coach stops for no reason to like look behind himself.
Yeah, and that corner gets checked, and this point is now already getting played. The Uber is trying to get through without being used, but Rocky is in such a good spot. Nice surf from Doge to keep himself alive without using their... Takes that back and walks forward, hits some nice arrows onto Yule, and they've taken this midpoint for free, and they're ready to move through Big Door.
They still have like 50% ad.
There is actually a sniper in play too. There is a sniper. Hertz is sniping from this forward spawn. They look like they were going to take it really aggressive through the Big Door area there, but I think they saw that sniper, and now they've rotated to the choke. Hertz is being shut out. Nice bomb by Yule. Really nice bomb by Yule, as they do manage to get in.
Lucky. Rocky's gonna bomb as well. Okay, that's Rocky bombed.
Yeah,
they didn't manage to get though. That was a good sniper play.
Yeah, they do actually exchange this. Cookie seeing what he can do, but all of these players are playing in... This is a very awkward Uber, and the soldier bombs are now coming in. All these stickies everywhere. Nice bombs coming in from Hertz there. He unfortunately doesn't get anything for his trouble, but they are actually only 2 up, and it is Doge actually trying to leave with Sam here. Sam looks like he's going to sacrifice his life, but I don't reckon Doge gets out here. This is really hard for Doge to get out. There's the one spawner in the Demo Man coming up now, and Cookie, just in time. Very, very low health.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they didn't lose that harder though. They only ended up losing like 3 people low health to like just Doge. But it kind of looked like they were getting crushed. Like they had, like even though the sniper, they probably had to risk it, but they didn't, and did it really slow. So Lock got, and they didn't really expect. So they were kind of all just out in the open, stuck behind that rock. And Hertz didn't get that many kills, but he did huge damage, and so his team cleaned up. Like Coffee Clock's DM kind of shone there a lot. They almost won that when they didn't really have a right to.
Yeah, that Uber was really awkward to watch. As you said, they were just kind of dancing around the rock. Doge trying to like do his best to protect his Demo Man without actually flashing him, but unfortunately they just ended that Uber in such a bad position that they couldn't get anything done, which is unfortunate. This Uber on the side of blue team is actually wrapping towards the Big Door area, seeing if they can do anything, but they've spotted the Sam Sniper. Sam Sniper is locking down this choke really hard. Enrith just really laying a little bit of a trap.
Rocky bombs and just misses like a pretty easy rocket actually, and then basically head hugs Doge with the second one. Couldn't really miss the second one, but he would have got the drop if he had hit the first one. That's a bit unlucky.
Yeah, that's another reset here, as we do see Hertz not opting to spawn up on an off class, oh sorry, Rocky rather, not opting to spawn up on an off class or anything like that. We see this sniper of Sam trying to get something a little bit cheeky happening in the Big Door area, but he's forced to back out, takes that arrow and is now getting this angle set up right again. Down peeking it a little bit cheeky there. They do force through 2 people through that choke. Sam taking a little bit of damage, and now the soldier in Hertz is actually behind. But Hertz and Rocky lose their lives there, and that sack has not gone to plan. They're forced to back way out here, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like Doja's trying to get in here without using stickies from Enrith, rather, do force him there. But they do manage to frag Enrith in this Uber, as the soldier in right, I believe it was, comes in on the other side. And now they're forced to leave through this Big Door area, and they've lost this midpoint off was fairly awkward Uber exchange, Elmo.
Yeah, it's like, I think Lock and Down are trying a bit too much in a couple of these. Like we saw that time Lock died earlier after their Uber whiffed, because they were trying to go for a sneaky play, and like they were kind of going for the same thing there. Like after Enrith, rather than doing a normal Uber and keeping Enrith up, they tried to do a sneaky thing to kill Redcoat, and they managed to get out somehow, but they didn't kill Redcoat, so they just got pushed out. As well as like I like the playing, getting someone in behind is really good, Like, I kind of wish it was Lau. Like, I think Lau should just believe in the DM and his ability to kill Riot, because when you have someone behind and the other team has a sniper, it's really good, because you can't really get 2v1 unless they want to send a scout back. So I kind of think if they were going to do what they did, they had to wait till, like, if Hertz had called that Cookie and Riot were on him, then the bomb from Rocky might have been good, but they just did it straight away. Cookie was there, Rocky and Hertz both just died. Hertz got one-on-one, so it's a bit unfortunate. And I think that'd be less likely to happen if Lau did it, because it's really awkward trying to shoot upwards there.
Yeah, and they do seem to sort of see what they can get done. They're still trying to work Sam through this big door area, but Enrith is keeping him out, like the whole team out, with some nice stickies. Rocky is on the other side of this little door, ready to make a move anytime he can, and he's been called that Sam's weak. He's trying to make a little peek there, but Yule is there ready to pull these things back, and Rocky is not showing his face, as they are actually taking a lot of time. He's in a good spot here. If he picks this shutter at the right time, oh, I think they know he's there now. Yeah, he peeked just a little bit too early. Unfortunately, loses his advantage there. Sam is trying to make a move through this big door. Still, nothing happening. Does manage to dome down. Does manage to dome Hertz there, I believe it was. But he is unfortunately not able to hit any follow-up shots. Neither his team can follow up on that damage. Two people are holding this lobby to make sure no one can leak behind. And this choke area is kind of just spam central. Yeah, and Hertz is cleaning up there. Die. That was a nice rotation from Hertz. Yeah, really fast rotation from Hertz, as he is already in through this drop-down area.
Oh my
God!
Drops.
He falls off the edge into the rocket that was meant for Yule.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That's soldier frags for you. But yeah, that was really fat from Hertz. Like, he was expecting the rotation. He moved. He basically jumped in the choke, didn't he? He just pounded right and Sam, and then gets in, kills Doge.
Yeah, that was really unlucky from Doge, just falling in front of that rocket.
That was the opportunity where they could have done what Rocky did, like just have someone do something and choke.
Oh, Sam!
Sam's spy. Didn't even notice.
Yeah, I was too busy.
We need to notice these things. We're useless at spotting the spy.
Very
and
professional.
They haven't been whiffed like when I play spy, they actually get killed.
Not like the Paulson spy.
Yeah, Paulson Elmo spy, just not worth watching, so...
Yeah, Sam actually does come in huge for his team, and they're really quick to capitalize on that, as they're all the way out on second, protecting this really, really strong. And this is now about 40% ad from them.
Yeah, it'll still be tough. It's not huge, but they should be able to go it and still have the ad. They just need to not overextend here, because then Lock will just Uber back in and crush.
Yeah, and I feel that they're worried about any possible Enrith traps, but it looks like there's nothing really close to them, so it looks like they could get a lot of ground for free here. And we do see Sam up on on scout actually rather, and which is interesting to see him not play sniper. They actually commit this really Uber in through big door.
Lock was prepared for that one.
Yeah, he's all the way out. They look like they may catch a soldier in Hertz, but no, Hertz's rocket jump saved him there. Some really nice stuff coming out from him. Yeah, but Riot is actually in already trying to get something happening.
That's really unlucky. Rocky and Lock were both like sub 30 health there or something.
Yeah,
or
they were
under
both
a quarter.
Very, very low. Yeah, I would say sub 30. They were both very, very low. Unfortunately, Riot can't quite have 5 rockets in his clip there, so he can't really do anything. And they are right back in their choke building now, as the Uber is committed. Yeah, Sam does lose his life. As the Uber is committed through their big door, they're not fighting this. They can't really do anything. They're just hoping to delay long enough for them to get Uber at second, Elmo.
They should surely get if they rotate top, you would think. They're 90%. They should be. They'll probably fight.
Yule may lose his life, actually. Yule, actually gets absolutely
probably
can't
do it anymore. They're backed. Yeah, those are really... Back in mid, though, that Uber's like really aggressive, and but if Lock's prepared, he's just out. Like, he just sits and choke where he should be anyway. And like Redcoat gets one sticky on him, but like you just surf that out and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah,
they
went
pretty hard at Lock as well, so they didn't even get a single like cleanup frag.
Oh, Lau on the point. Oh, that's so awkward. He does so much damage before he dies too. And Sam is forced away from the shutter to see if he can help that. That sack, he's probably going to come up sniper here. Lau is quite a good aimer, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him spawn on that sniper class. Which is interesting to see. That'll be the first time that he snipes this game. He's actually opting not to. He's opting to spawn on Scout. There's no off classes here. Wonder what kind of shenanigans they're going to try to play this time, Elmo.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that they did that without putting any other aggression on the point. Like, surely they would have won if Rocky had bombed at the same time. Like, if they just double capped that, they would have won. But they just did nothing. Like, you'd think someone would at least bomb. Like, 2 down on this point isn't that big a deal.
Lau is actually DMing right underneath, manages to frag him. Unfortunately,
yeah.
gets cleaned up by Cookie as he's just like sick of it. I feel Yul
might die here. That's pretty unlucky.
Yeah, he was so low, already on 44 health. Eats that arrow and is right back to top to full health. And this is 2 down on the side of red team here, but this pyro is keeping them at bay in this riverside. As Yul is sorry, not Yul. Who was the other person who died? Riot is spawning up now, and Yule is spawning up now. This Uber is committed just a little bit too late. Sam gets flashed, and he can clean up those players underneath. That's Hertz going down, and we do see these players being forced all the way out of river into lobby, and that is a successful defense on the side of red team, Elmo.
Yeah, that was really hopeful Uber. Like, it was even, and they still multied in through a door into a pyro. Like, Sam didn't even need an Uber. He absolutely crushed Hertz. He just reflected in him in his face and then burnt him.
Yeah, and it's like they were also like 2 down, and they waited for these players to spawn before committing their Uber, which is they could have had a much better chance at it while those 2 players were down, but they just waited a little bit too long.
I think Hertz wanted to wait till Sam wasn't right on him. Like, if they singled into the door, Sam would have just reflected them. So like, at least they got the force this way, but they didn't. It's kind of pointless in a way. They didn't refight it or anything.
Yeah, they have actually come up. Hertz is sniping through the riverside here. Does actually miss. Actually, no, he does hit a shot on Riot there. Riot is waiting for this arrow. Hertz is really, really aggressive here. Does actually take a lot of damage. Yeah, there he goes. He gets cleaned up. But Down's there, ready to trade the flag right away onto Riot. And that is now 1 down on each side. Do you reckon a second sack in quick succession is something that you would see here? Oh no, and that is Sam going large again. Yeah, that's a drop on Lock there. Doge is getting pressured a little bit by his team while he's 2 down. Lau, yeah, forced out there. He's not going to, unfortunately, get anything done on his little bit of point pressure that he tried there. And now they're forced all the way back. Lock just now spawning.
Got the spy though this time, so I'm going to watch that. See if I assume he'll have to go for the back.
He's been caught out a little bit here. There's some awkward rockets from Riot. But yeah, he's not actually been found. He's going towards the last point right now in this upper shutter area.
Oh
no,
they're gonna get it in time anyway.
Yeah, he's in the lobby area. I think they may. I mean, they obviously know he's there, but like they may catch him out. But they're just way too far forward. Yeah, no, Riot.
Ringly brain.
And that's Rocky going down as well onto this midpoint. Sam doing a lot of work for his team there, dealing a lot of damage.
They really should be able to last this for free. Like, they have ad still, and they're
2 players down. Yeah, they definitely can go. And they're already in through Baby Door, ready to make this move. Rocky and Hertz spawning just now, though, as we do see Rocky and Hertz both choosing to spawn a soldier. No off classes in here yet. This Uber is committed. Yeah, this Uber is committed. Lock wow, that was very, very quick for Lock getting there. I'm impressed with that. And this does look like Cookie may get caught out. Cookie is so wiggly. He's not dying. Sam takes a lot of damage. Sam is actually the one that ends up dying there. Unfull Cookie. That was very impressive movement, keeping him alive there. And this is a little bit of add on to the red team there, as they must have Ubered a little bit earlier.
Yeah, they would have to get in. Probably not big enough to use, but the other
Rocky is so aggressive. Down loses his life.
Really bad.
Trades onto Rocky. Yeah, and this is, everyone's taking a lot of damage and forced all the way back out here. This ad has gone down a little bit. It was about 30%. Now it's closer to about 15.
It shouldn't matter. Like, they should just win. Unless Lock gets a saw, they lose. Oh, that's a good start at least.
Sam is taken down really, really low here as well. He does actually manage to pick up that pack. Lock is trying.
That's really unlucky.
Yeah, and the Uber is committed. They clean up these players on point. Down doing his best to wiggle around. Hertz spawning just that fraction too late. And that is now 2-0.
Yeah, that was really unlucky. Lock did like everything right. Like, he waited. He had the opportunity. He just missed. And then, yeah, they couldn't really do anything even with the spawns. Yeah, the main thing, they tried to force that a bit too hard. Like, they all tried to go out through the main door that Reko was watching. And like, Down just died, and then Hertz, who had jumped through, got cleaned up. Although Rocky got cleaned up, and then Hertz couldn't get out.
Yeah, looking actually towards this mid, Hertz is doing the same aggressive bomb that he's done before. Actually does manage to take out Sam. Yule actually not managing to clean him up either. He's on such low health in the enemy elbow. They do opt to back out here, seeing if they can keep Doge alive, and he is all the way back in lobby now. So it looks like he's definitely going to survive. But these mids, these soldier mids are so strong from blue team. What needs to change on red team to counter these soldier mids, Elmo?
They really went for right that mid. No, Hertz gets right.
Oh, Sam.
What? They clean up? Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah,
a bit
Sam
awkward.
walks on 2 stickies just there. That was really
I
unfortunate.
think Rocky might just be sacking as well, or not. Yeah, I think Rocky kind of waddle sacks. That's the dream.
Yeah, Yule doing quite a lot of work there, hitting a nice upwards direct onto Rocky.
Oh,
Enrith losing his life actually,
weird.
but Down is fighting really aggressive in this lobby area.
Yeah, a lot of just everyone going for one-on-ones. A bit pointless. I mean, they'll go for something because they can get out through the doors. Oh, Yule doesn't want to go it. He's done
They
2D.
used this Uber actually. Lock has used his Uber in and they're trading. That was actually a nice trade. They got Doge down very, very low, but the Uber is much better on the side of red team. They flash right at the end. Lock is going to die.
Oh, that hive there.
Yeah, and but Doge, Hertz is actually coming in right away to collapse. Hertz is collapsing so well. Does lose his life for it, but the health is so much better on the red team right now. Cookie very, very low. Does actually walk directly into Lau, but Lau is actually cleaning up here. Doing quite a lot of work.
Probably be able to hold this till spawns. I don't know how long. Oh no, he's gonna die.
Yeah, he's gonna die, and that's that was
that'll
all
be
on
right.
the back of Hertz's damage, I feel, and then just Cookie walking into Lau, and then Lau farming.
5K. Yep, that kind of he kind of just played it safe and then cleaned up at the end, which is really good of him.
Yeah,
Didn't try and go too hard.
The Hertz bomb definitely did a lot of damage there. Cookie was
Doge
low through that whole
Doge was
fight.
20%, and that's how we died in lobby.
They're trying the reverse Soldier Bomb, actually. They're trying that, but Rocky turns around in mid-bomb and actually does a great job of protecting. But yeah, this is Sam farming. Lau gets 2! He's going for a 3rd! No,
Oh, that was really... Yeah, he melees Redcoat, but Redcoat actually just spins on the spot and gets 2 kills.
That is 3 melee kills from Lau, that mid. That was absolutely crazy. Sam did so much work for his team there, but then Lau just turned it around. Melee from behind, 2 sword kills and then 1 bleed kill.
What the hell?
2 sword kills and a bleed afterwards. That was absolutely crazy. Hertz! Oh, MGE'd by Yule. Down taking quite a lot of damage there as he's forced to back out.
They should go for this. Even though they're winning, they should just push in while Hertz is dead.
Yeah, I reckon so too.
Or they should put someone behind at least here.
Pressure is actually really nice from Enrith. Yeah, Enrith is got his right click on point right now. He's doing so much with his stickies. And we do see Sam going down. That kind of stunts any kind of pressure that they could have put on. With about 10 minutes left, 1 round up, I would like to see a little bit more sort of action here, as you say, trying to put someone behind. But this is an awkward Roma duel. Oh, and yeah, that's really nice team play from their flank. Rocky does go down, but the flank is doing so much work in the big door area. Hertz and Lau both doing quite a lot. Unfortunately, Rocky loses his life, and they are forced to back off. Unfortunately, not able to make a move on that damage here. Enrith baiting this trap really, really hard. Looks like the scout in Cookie is a little bit caught here. He does move through this trap. Does actually manage to survive a little bit late on that.
No one's watching behind there. That's
they don't get anything. They don't get anything either. They're forced to just leave with this Uber. Hertz has done quite a good bomb in there. Does find that gap there. Sam trying to do what he can. Riot trying to do what they can. Riot definitely dead here. Yeah, there we go. And this is full ad walking into mid, Elmo.
They probably can't force it either, so it should be... They should at least get the second. Like, they should take second even if they don't kill the men. But Doge? Is Doge out?
Redcoat is super low here. Yeah, Doge is very low.
That's
yeah,
really
Doge.
bad.
The Uber catches them. Yeah, that's crazy. That's definitely not the kind of structured play that we've been seeing from these teams. That was a little messy.
Big mistake. They didn't get out quick enough. They tried to hold mid a little too long to get the spam force and didn't work out. And I mean, credit to Big Chungus. They pushed in really quick because they knew that would happen, and they knew they would probably try top. That was once. Come on, man. Got to rep the Big Chungus team. Quality name. Right actually nearly dies as well.
He got horizontal the shit out of Jason.
I mean, there has been some full ad pushes before. Like, I hope they try something different. Like, hopefully Rocky bombs point and Lau goes under or something while they Uber.
Yeah, this Sam Pyro has been really, really strong. Rocky is trying to go under, as you say. But this Uber is committed in through Shutter. Yeah, these 2 scouts. Sam is actually taking quite low on the point. Unfortunately, can't get anything there. But the stickies of Redcoat doing quite a lot of damage on the point. And there's just 2 players up with the demo leaving through River and the medic trying to leave through this Shutter here.
They're not punishing at all. Like, their whole team, apart from Sam, walked into spawn and they didn't punish at all.
Our control point is
they won the first, Coffee Clock won the first round because they punished the spawn play. Like the Uber itself wasn't great, but Wright kept everyone in spawn. While this time Rocky did go for the cap thing, but he was kind of by himself for too long. Maybe if Lau went with him, or if he bombed first and Lau went under, they might have just had it while they were rotating, but instead it was just Rocky on the point by himself. And then they just rotate round and they're all full health, so it's fine, and they just win.
Yeah, and this full Uber is actually getting really far forward onto mid. They lose the demo man. They look like they're going to lose Rocky through this drop down area too.
Ooh,
Lau
dies
losing
too.
his life
That's really
too.
bad.
Yeah, Rocky actually does manage. No, he doesn't. I lied to you completely.
Yeah, they'll
I'm
have
sorry.
Uber for last, but we're 6 minutes left, and even Uber's just not looking great for Big Chungus.
Our control point
Big Chungus not on their back foot here a little bit. We do see them coming into this lobby area now as Sam is just capping up that point. As you say, even Ubers, we don't see any off classes, which is what we've been seeing really heavily. The Uber is used first. They do drop Redcoat though. Redcoat is dying in way too many of these Ubers.
They'll win. Like,
Yeah,
it's 4v3.
despite like the Sam is actually taken down very low by a buffed player, but he's forced to walk a little bit
Rest
backwards.
dies though. This should be the round. It's 3-on-3. If they can kill Yule, they'll win.
Yeah, Yule
they
actually
should
does
have
a
this.
fair bit of damage there. These two scouts in the spawner of Rocky, and now they're forced all the way out here. Looks like they're not going to live either. Hurt's
That's
cleaning
one thing,
up.
Their team has done really well is when it's the kind of the scouts are met against the world. Lau and like Dowd have kind of rotated it perfectly. Like, yeah, they basically just haven't died when it's like them three fighting against like 3 or 4. They actually just rotate perfectly. Like Enrith got pounded, but Down and Lau just swapped it out and got perfect healed.
Yule and Riot both going in to see if they can get something there, but they both lose their lives really quickly, unfortunately, for no gain, and that is now 2 soldiers down. They're forced to hold way back in this lobby area. Redcoat, rather, is actually really far forward. If the team is fast, they could catch him out. Some nice stickies from Enrith doing a little bit of damage.
But they have full out here. Hopefully they... Like, hopefully they're going to try different Uber, walking under. Sully should
Yeah, this soldier gets absolutely crushed, and now the point is being played by Down already.
Well, they haven't capped though. They should still win this, but...
Yeah, the point's being played. There's stickies, two scouts and a soldier, rather, on that point. Sorry, 1 scout, a demo, and a soldier on that point. And that has evened it up with about 5 minutes left with 2-2 on the board. Elmo, what needs to change this mid for whoever wants to break out in front?
I like what Coffee Club did last mid. Like, they were getting a bit crushed. I kind of think just YOLOing on Enrith kind of neutralizes them a bit, because he can't just sit and spam at his leisure. So the pressure, like, he's got to die here. Like,
yeah, Enrith actually gets arrowed and manages to live.
They should
and
still
Riot,
win this. Like, their whole team's hiding in here.
Yeah, Rocky
like, surely
is so low.
Surely Down dies and Lock dies.
Sam
Enrith
is so
might be able to
good.
save him. Yeah, like that's the mid they needed to play. You need to neutralize Enrith on Gullywash, and they did it. Like, Rock got really unlucky because arrows are OP, and please ban them, Catfish. Thanks, man. Like, he did what, like 12 damage all mid or something? Like, he hit 1 crap stinky. That's all. And so,
he
like,
really did nothing.
And then a scout had to come save him.
And
so
Hertz actually loses his life right now. Sorry to cut you off there, but Hertz was way too far forward.
Yeah, I think he's trying to, like, I think at 2-2 they're not winning. He might be trying a little too hard. Oh my god, can he stop?
What a wrinkly-brained individual. He's so good, man. That trap is completely reset any momentum that Coffee Clock had here. Although Riot, with his immense brain, is in the meme roamer spot, but they force
Down, I think.
Yeah, they force a little bit
Maybe
too early. Yeah, Riot actually manages to clean up Hertz in the back line there. Rocky may lose his life in the big door area. Yeah, he gets absolutely mulched by Yule up above.
Making them multi, like, he hit Redcoat, but I think he probably needed a force first before trying to push into Redcoat, because they're 2 down now. That's awkward.
This gun is doing so much work. Yule surviving
Yule
just by the skin of his teeth does manage to unfortunately die there. Yeah, that's 2 scouts, 2 soldiers down rather, and a scout, and they've held this.
I really don't think they were expecting, like, staying, and Redcoat's dead too. It's pretty weird staying NG, so I assume Yule probably didn't expect that he would give the sentry a hug by bombing there. He's like, if you kind of sentry, you kind of can't really push out. as
Was
well.
we-
Could do another
yeah.
Rema.
Especially after you get those 2 pick kills
Yeah,
from
you
Enrith there,
think
you're
they're-
ready
I
to
guess
move
they're
out.
playing it safe though.
Riot's in a great position, unfortunately doesn't manage to get the second rocket onto the medic. He does actually trade with down in the back line, so that he made the best of a bad situation there. Yule taking some arrows as they are forced out of this mid. These Ubers have evened up with 1 down on each team. Scout versus Soldier, that was just the awkward trade that we saw in the back lines. But there's about 2 minutes left here, and this is really looking like it might be, might head to Golden Cap unless one of these teams can really make a hole in the defense here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Hertz team is, like whether they actually want to do anything or they just want to have Rocky can waddle through doors a couple of times and oh well, we didn't win the round, but we didn't lose anything. But it looks like they're going pretty aggro here. Like Enrith, Hertz, they're all in big door and no one's really done anything about it. Hertz is doing the Paulson play. He goes Pocky, you just go behind and be a dick. And yeah,
Riot actually loses his life as well to Lau.
Does what he should have done like 20 minutes ago and just goes and kills Riot.
They might have the stream open on their second monitor. Rocky actually does lose his life. They're trying to go back a little bit and wrap them here, but their cap point is
really
so much faster.
What are they doing?
They're gonna, oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god.
They drop the demo and they're all the way back. They can
win.
get onto last. Lau is on last. It's just Riot in between Lau and this point. And this
Riot
is the...
he should kill that, yeah.
Yeah, but the stickies are already there. Down is not looking at Riot. What? Down does lose his life. Some nice arrows keeping Riot alive there. And it's just Sam and a Soldier there. And that looked so much like it was going to be their round, but they just beefed it hard.
Yeah, apparently despite being Asian, Cookie can't count, so didn't realize that they were losing that.
Look at Rocky. Rocky is in the big brain spot. Doge is standing still right in front of him. Rocky, go for it. Here he comes right in. He can't clean it up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Please catch that on stream. Oh my god, Rocky.
Oh my god.
That's the Jasmine T Rocky's Roma special. No
Vintage Rocky.
That's why 1 for 40 Soul beat him to our best Roma.
I think it was
that would have
2
been
for
Soul's
40,
1 kill.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have been Soul's 1 kill.
Oh god.
Like he tries too hard. He plays Soldier. Why is he aiming? Like just shoot your feet and he would have gotten like a 3k. Yeah, unless they completely shit the bed, neither team can loot.
Yeah, there's about 20 seconds left. This Uber is committed on to the second point for these stats, and it's very low health all around.
This was quite a good fight, but they can't really cap it. Like as long as you'll, those should literally go pyro. I mean, it's impossible to make it, which is pretty
they're not going to get it. There's 2 seconds left, but they did a really, really good job there. I was really impressed by the level of TF2 that we saw tonight, Elmo, in these first 2 maps.
Yeah, I mean that was really good. Like lots of close fights, a couple of mistakes, probably more from Doge than Lock. Lock's probably played as perfectly as he's played on Med before.
Yeah, he had a really
compared
good
to
game
a couple
tonight.
of the other seasons, I don't think he's dropped at all, has he?
I don't think he dropped
don't
at
think
all.
so.
He may have dropped to the Sam Spy, I believe, was the first one that we saw.
Really count. That's a combat class issue. They should look better. You're the medic. You have more things to think about.
Yeah, and sort of having a quick look over some of these logs here just before we do head towards this golden cap, we do see, Lock dying actually a little bit more than Doge on that map. Doge dying
I don't think
6
that was
times.
really his fault though. Like they had a lot of times where it's like they kind of just caught out a bit. Like it was like apart from that one play where him and Down did dumb stuff in lobby, I don't really think Lock really did much wrong.
I feel like he definitely had a really, really good game. It's just interesting to see.
I mean, Doge had a much better game from the one drop at mid. Like Lock must have dropped some other time, but it's maybe to a trap.
Yeah, I can't remember the other time off the top of my head, but like if you look at these stats, you see Doge has like much better stats on medic, but I feel that every time Doge died, it converted so much easier into a round win for the blue team, whereas when Lock died, it was much harder to get that done.
A couple of times Doge died, it was like really bad for them, like really bad. Like the second round went, it was like where Doge got caught out at second and they just walked in, wasn't it? Like, I mean, that's not really Doge's fault either, apart from his team not falling out, but that's like a really bad time. Where it's like Lock dying in their lobbies really bad, but you don't lose the round off it.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, Enrith pound. We do actually head towards live into our golden cap round now. They didn't leave us much time to talk about these logs, but yeah, Enrith pound, that's all you need to know. Lau also pound, by the way, but we are heading into this next mid, and they both demos arrive at about the same time here. Enrith trading some stickies here. Rocky is on to red coat there, and Yule is trying to do a little bit of a backwards movement there, but Hertz is still alive. He's been seen, unfortunately, but they are, yeah, they're just running here. Doge gets caught by some nice pipes from Enrith, but they look like they are going to get safely out onto last, but they lose 3 players for that. Hertz is really, really aggressive, dealing some really big rocket damage into that lobby area, but they do just leave to last and opt to Cookie coming up on that engineer, seeing if they can hold this. This is going to be, this is really interesting. This is really, really close, and this is not the way I predicted this to go. Yeah, Rocky Spy, this is this is very interesting.
Rocky's probably like turned the sound up so that it has turning himself so he can hear the movements of everyone around the map and track where they're going.
Smell the footsteps. Yes. He does manage to walk his way into the secret area. There is a pyro. He just kill finds. Dude, yeah.
Poor Rocky. Like Rocky was like that mid. He probably won it for his team. Still, like Redco was on like 1 health and Rocky couldn't reload and shoot. But sorry, that's still really funny. Love you, Rocky.
Yeah, that just
like
one touch of flame.
And like Redcoat died still, so he probably won that mid, but that's really unlucky. Like who even plays Pyro when it's even? That's so boring.
Yeah, and to just spy check that one spot exactly where he was without spy checking anywhere else, that's just such bad luck.
And if Rocky's brain was as wrinkled as Enrith, he would have predicted it.
We do see him opting to come back up on Soldier, not really trying anything else here. Hertz actually manages to live. Oh,
I mean, it didn't really
just by the hairs on his nose, man.
They're just gonna sack probably over and over. Hertz will go sniper or spy, and then I assume Sam dropped the med, and that was one of the reasons they failed. Like, yeah, that was the second drop. Is he got
Hertz. Great class.
Reflect mid.
He got deleted.
Sam's been seen. He'll just go for Enrith here, I think.
Unfortunately, doesn't look like he's getting anything done here. Picks up the pack. Yeah,
he probably should have just gone for it a bit harder. Like he's never going to kill anyone like that.
And
but I mean, it shouldn't really mean anything. Hertz is back on snipe.
Yeah, Hertz coming up sniper here. We do see again just this reset happening as Sam spawns in another 5. Really waiting to see he may spawn sniper here too. Does opt to play the scout class. And we do see Riot still spy checking around, waiting for that next reflect midi that he can hit.
They won't risk the sniper duel, they'll just spam him out as soon as, like, they'll spam him out hard. Misses on the NG, the crucial NG frag.
Yeah, Cookie's gun is actually in an interesting spot. You don't see that spot very often because it doesn't necessarily have a full line of sight to the point. So it's just mainly to create havoc. It's at the main door.
Oh, behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't watch point itself, but it stops all jumping, I think. Like, if you jump from river, which, like, the main aim of the sentry is normally to stop that bomb from river. And, like, if it doesn't get seen during the Uber trade, that's pretty good. Like, kind of how Yule jumped into one and just died.
Yeah.
It hopefully will have the same effect.
Yeah, like, it's definitely a good spot, but, Hertz walking into some rockets there.
The problem with Gully is just it's really hard to do anything as sniper, like, attacking. Like, there's no good angles, you kind of have to YOLO it, and it doesn't really work out.
That seems to be what Sam's doing as well. He's quite forward in River. He does choose to back out at the very last moment there.
A lot better because you can watch River or watch main.
This, Yule, has Yule committed on this class? Yeah, Yule has committed on Spy going up River.
Spy battle, boys, let's go. They should
just, do see... Oh no, Yule gets absolutely mulched. Rocky can smell those footsteps.
They should just have a Spy or Pyro DM battle at mid if no one's won in 10 minutes. Be a worthy way to win.
Yeah, get the
really hope Rocky
out.
Here. No, like
Hertz is playing point as that Spy.
Like, it's so
doing
pointless.
So much. He gets the frag on Riot.
No, Sam dies. Oh, you scout. They're gonna go for this though now.
Yeah, the trade is now coming in. They don't know where the gun is. The gun is going to come into effect as this Uber is closing out. Unfortunately, Down can't get anything done on it, and this gun actually does seem to win them that exchange.
Now. Yeah, but I just don't get the point of that play. Like, Hertz uncloaks on point, and it's like, okay, so what? Like, unless, and okay, Hertz is Pyro apparently as well.
This is like some Arbender level shit, man. Like, he's gonna go on the point and air blast everyone, man. But look at where the gun is. They know.
Right, wall hack activated.
The gun,
already
Cookie.
got the spy, now knows where to put the gun.
Yeah, Cookie has put this gun there. They've shut down any sort of play that this Pyro was going to make. At least effective play that this Pyro was going to make. He's going to go, why the hell is this gun there? Lau is actually in so aggressive, trying something super cheeky there. Doesn't get anything done.
Can't really do anything without the YOLO. I mean, they might as well try. Like, they're literally in no danger. They have no time limit. Just go for it over and over again.
Yeah, there's again plenty of time, as you said, unlimited time even. I would love to go to bed at some point though, so for my sake I hope they do something soon.
Yeah. I mean, someone will probably go spy again. Is someone a big ball? Red? No. It's fine. Oh no, Sam's somewhere. Yeah, Sam's behind. Like, I think
just playing
time,
scout
Sam,
though.
I think he... Oh, okay, this time he goes lobby. I think he winger jumped up top is how he was behind last time. I think they might just single here with and do the Hertz play. Yeah, Hertz is going.
Yeah,
for
Hertz is going under, but he's going to walk straight. Yeah,
it won't shoot him. Like, it's actually a really bad spot for the underplay.
They Uber onto it right away. It does get taken out.
Yeah, does a really bad Uber in a way. They're actually going to lose this, I think.
Yeah, and Rocky's coming in.
Rocky's
doing so much damage. That shot was amazing. Point is being played.
I mean, the Pyro didn't really do anything. They would have won that no matter the class Hertz was on. But it's like...
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, Doge get jumped or something? Because his Uber was horrible. Like, it was really unnecessary too, because the gun would have forced Hertz, because he walked past it, didn't notice.
Yeah, I feel that the Uber was coming out just like to save low health players. I'm not 100% sure exactly what happened there, because Rocky jumped in really late there. Like, he jumped other players that were not Ubered. Like, they'd already popped Uber by the time Rocky was in. It could have been a scout jumping through, but like... Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why they Ubered when they did Uber, and I think that did lose them the game, because the Uber on the Pyro rather just managed to get everyone off the point, and then they just stood on it, and that is your golden cap. And this is not the way we expected this to go, Elmo. This is Coffee Clock getting shut down in the first time that they've fought this team. Do you reckon Hertz's strategy of no scrims paid off? They didn't know any of the strats that they were going to do? Or
I mean, I feel like no one's going to play Logjam, so that result literally doesn't matter. Like, they'll probably just ban it. No one's going to play it. Gullywash was close, like tied as well, so I think Gully's probably more indicative of whoever. It's kind of who turns up on the night. And like, Enrith is a beast. Like, he top damage by like more than Yule and double Redcoat and the golden cap as well, and got the most kills by one with 4. But the normal game kind of destroyed as well.
Yeah, he definitely
that's
destroyed
not all Redcoat's fault, just because at mids especially, they're more of a aggro kind of team. So I think a lot of the time Redcoat's under a lot more pressure. Like, they were quite good when Wright and the other players and Yule and stuff actually pressured Enrith. Like, in the like when they were 4v4, I think Enrith probably does better. But when Wright was pressuring him, Redcoat pounded. But that didn't really happen enough at mids, I don't think.
Yeah, Riot actually playing Pyro more than he played Soldier there. He played 50 seconds of Soldier and about 5.5 minutes of Pyro, just kind of sitting at last there. He did get a really nice Reflect midi, so I guess that's one's going into his end of season frag video. But like, yeah, it's interesting to see, as you say, Enrith pounding. I was impressed as well by Down actually doing quite a lot of work for his team there. He did a lot of work when that Uber came in on the unubered players. He actually got a couple of frags there. Lau doing not too badly, going for some hero shots on Sniper, but I mean, at that point, you may as well go for something. Like, you've got them stalemated on their last. You don't lose the round if you feed there.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like, in normal time was really close. Like, Enrith was probably a bit above, was above Redcoat, like by a fair amount of damage at least, and so he was kind of the star. But Rocky kind of brought it down a little. He was kind of a whiffer a bit in a way. Like, he did some good things, but missed a lot and kind of had a crap KD in the end because of it. Rocky is a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, I definitely feel that it was a fantastic game to watch. And that being said, this is the last week of regular season matches as we do head into playoffs next.
Think it mattered. Like, they're still just versing each other if it's 1v2.
Yeah, because it means they have now swapped around officially on the leaderboards. It is now Big Chungus taking the lead over Coffee Clock. They do, again, as we head into playoffs, the top two teams will play off against each other, and it's the outcome of that match which will decide seedings, upper bracket / lower bracket. But yeah, we'll be definitely back with that game when it happens in the next week or so.
Was anyone coming for any interviews?
I don't think so. I reckon we might save that for playoffs. I want to go to bed.
That's kind of want to hear Hertz gloat. So
yeah, I reckon we'll bring him in for.
I think he's keen. If you wanted to wait another 2 minutes, him and Locke are coming apparently.
Yeah, I can see if is there anyone from the other team you can get to come in, like Doge or someone.
See.
Awesome. If they want to come in, they can. We can have a little bit of a quick interview if you want to field the questions.
Oh, sorry, they need details apparently. Come on, Hertz.
Right.
Apparently, Cookie wants Hertz to have his shit talk, and he's gonna come back next week and pound, and he'll be the one doing the interview and the gloating. So, watch out for that.
Sure. Well, if this is going to take a while, it's not the most exciting thing to watch on stream. If they can get in the next 10 seconds,
I think he'll be in a sec. Yeah.
Here we go.
Is,
let's get these guys in here.
Hello, Hertz and Locke. Once you're unmuted, please tell me how you're feeling about that one.
Not too bad, mate.
Just an at the office, eh, mate?
Yeah, pretty standard.
So yeah, this is definitely not the result I expected to see. Is this the result you guys expected to see?
I'm hoping for more rounds, but
add that, yeah.
Honestly, we probably should have rolled them.
On Logjam, especially.
Yeah, what was the strategy about walking through left door every time and you kind of got destroyed, and you did the same thing with every Ubad?
On which map?
On Logjam, you went. Was it top left or right? And
it's the top right
failed?
from the attacker's perspective. Yeah,
top right from attackers.
As Varna would say, we're just trying stuff, but in officials, So.
Yeah.
I mean,
enough.
yeah,
Very,
is
very
it true that
tactical of
you're
you.
refusing scrims against Coffee Clock?
They don't deserve my time, honestly.
No.
Ooh.
Cookies told me that he's be prepared for next week, mate. He's hiding the strats for this week, and he'll come out blazing next week. What do you think about that, Hertz?
Let's just say Doge won't be turning up.
Oh,
He's going to be put to sleep.
There's no Paulson on his team either, so I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Are you sure? Oh yeah, is he? Is he not? Maybe I'll come in for our redcoat, mate.
Ooh.
So what do you think was the difference? Because Enra seemed like you pounded a lot, and Lau was amazing on Logjam. Do you think it was mainly that, or do you have other insights into why you were slightly ahead and why you think you should have pounded? Anyone? No?
Uh,
Guys are the worst. Why even bother coming? Come on.
Just wanted to talk to you, Elmo.
Ah, so gay.
Elmo, we're playing FIFA?
Yeah, because you won. That was the bet.
Very nice.
All
Please
right.
just get out. You were useless. You don't even deserve shoutouts. Please just leave.
Yeah, that being said, we may try to wrap these things up. I got work early tomorrow morning, so let's just head down the list. Hertz, what are your shoutouts for tonight?
Shout out to my team. Shout out to Hyper, Red Pandas. That's it.
Elmo, shoutouts?
Shout out to both teams for a great game. Keen for next week. That's basically it. And shout out Paulson for shit talking and Geo in chat. It's good stuff.
Locke, any shoutouts?
Shout out to my internet for not getting cut off early. It was supposed to get cut off for maintenance at 11 PM, so I'm glad it lasted.
Cool. I guess I'll shout out Thermite for streaming tonight. Always great to have you on camera, man. Shout out to Elmo for coming in and casting. Always great to have your high-level insights on the game. Yeah, it's great. Hopefully we'll see you back at some point soon, availability pending. But yeah, we'll be back with the next clash between these top two teams in the next week or so, whenever that gets organized. In the meantime, that's all for us tonight at TF Live, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
See ya.